Hello! Shit! Yeah, that's a good one. Hello, Merry Christmas! And if that doesn't apply to you, then that sucks for you, because that's all the greetings you're gonna get from me. This is what I got from a friend. The invisible Creeper Cup. It's a very nice show you have there. Would it be a bad thing if something happened to it? Or something like that. Today's episode is 111. One. Only 3 though. And it's going to be the No Disguise Spy. So there was this is like kind of a fun episode. That was the intent, to have fun, but it was not, as far as I know. But we have some replays submitted and some replays didn't work because, of course, this is the Christmas time when the TF2 Christmas update hit and everything just breaks. So with the first replay here, we got burgers from Nutters. And as you can see, he is just a running pistol. Because this is what happens during Christmas. Everybody is invisible. So he is just a gun that is running. Maybe he is from Gunrunners. So that's why we're just going to stay here and look at this. So the constraint today was that you play Spy with whatever loadout you so desire, and then you are not allowed to disguise at any point in time. So this was kind of to force players into playing a different style of Spy, which is the one where they don't really see you, and you just utilize the fact that you can't disguise. The only unlock you were not allowed to use were the Eternal Reward, the one that disguises when you stab people. So this is kind of like playing with the Eternal Reward, except you don't get any disguise whatsoever. That was the plan, that was the mission, and we see Nutters here being very, very passive. The replays I got were really long and didn't work. Solid, the moderator, had a couple of replays where he got like 50 kills in one life, and of course they crash when I load them. So apparently they were so awesome that my replay editor didn't let him show, so that sucks. So we're seeing that he, instead, some players just uses the cloak and dagger and just waits for fucking forever until do something. Here comes it, drops, he gets the backstab on the medic, and then he cloaks and he gets away. And one thing you should know, that is, if you have teammates around you, you do not need to be cloaked.
The control point is being controlled.
That is something the submitters of today did not know. That if there's teammates around you, you can just stay uncloaked, and it's the same. Yes, when I said no disguise spy, I anticipated high action, fast paced, running around cloaking and dodging and stuff. But this is what I got. Okay, good. So we have Burgers here. He's playing a spy here on Granary. He is eventually. God, okay, fine. We're gonna speed up because this takes forever. Still, he is just a gun that is floating around, and now his invisible gun because Christmas update. He's gonna stand there and shoot, and okay, yes, his teammates here, and he is here. I love the replays I got today. They were so what I expected. Okay. Good. Great. Just yes. Good. Just at any point in time, he could just go. He could win. Okay, victory. Also, we're broadcasting from the North Pole today, which is very convincing. Let me show you. This is the other replay I got. It's like 26. 8 minutes. That's pretty good. 18 minutes. 51 kills. Mostly just spies and pyros and soldiers and Yeah. But of course, I can't show you those, because those just crash. So instead, we get this. You know, you have interesting replays when a creeper cup is what is more interesting. So here we have Goes is on. And he is going to be using this in a bit of a different way. He's going to be using the bicycle, interesting. And he's going to be using the cloak and dagger. And he is at no point in time ever going to be aggressive the way I hoped that you would be. But there's a pirate with a flamethrower that he gets taken out. So there we go. Just hanging around. He's going to be decloaking here. Yes, finally some aggression, being a bit forward here. He's on red team. He's going to be stabbing the blue. So it's fine that he is camping here. He's waiting with the cart. Just watching. This is fine. This is excellent. He sees Devilman and stuff there. And then he decides to attack him head on. Because remember, he can't disguise. So they will always see him. So he could just disguise and run behind them at any point in time if he so desires. Because Goes is on. Is invisible. Here is the bicycle that is just floating around in the air. Okay, so he's gonna hide in this corner. Decloaks. And here comes the demo. Gets the demo man, gets one kill. Excellent. Excellent, he got one. Now, since he can't disguise, he can't run among them, so, you know, you have to be very sneaky. And be very sneaky. And just... be very sneaky. Just run and be sneaky. There's really something wrong with this update, because the sky doesn't look, you know, like it used to. Because, you know, when it's Christmas time, everything breaks. And obviously goes on hang around here with his teammates in front of him, and then he's gonna cloak with teammates around him. That is something you really don't need to do, because if your teammate's there, you should not be there either, unless you're just dropping by to gather some health or ammo. And oh yes, finally, he's gonna go into the enemy spawn and utilize the famous strategy of running into the spawn and dying. Which he did. Good job. Strategy successful. So this was probably the highlight of today's episode of No Disguise Spy. This went as not right as it could for me. So we have more of the same here on Voodoo. So we're gonna have the spy running up. Oh! Using the cloak and dagger. Using the cloak and dagger. Ooh, hiding. Oh, bumped into somebody that they didn't see that. Okay. Yes, hide. Okay, can't zap the sentry because they will see you when we decloak because we don't have a disguise. Oh, the other spy zapped it. Yes! Strike! Zapping stuff. Oh, and instantly death. So yes, what I originally had intended for this to show you and kind of force players to do was that usually a lot of players spend a lot of their downtime as a spy disguised. And then you kind of just run around and you wait for your moment to strike. But I kind of wanted to take away that, to kind of force you into creating new strategies and being more aggressive and focusing on, you know, running in the enemy's blind spot where they can't really see you, and just use the cloak to your advantage and be very, very aggressive and move around a lot. But instead, we get camp fests. Because if you don't know what to do, by God, go ahead and camp. Goes is on. Demonstrating that, but at least he got a kill. He got the pyro, and then he's gonna cloak again, and they take and then he's just gonna hide here. And this is what I'm talking about, you know, when there's teammates around you. Oh, spy, enemy spy, get the spy. Get this, get him. Yes, good, got him. So what I wanted to mention is that if your teammates are swarming around you, you don't need to be disguised. So here we have Goes on actually using this pretty well. Undisguised, missed the soldier once, but get the two, gotten a couple of stabs, actually done some work here. And then he's gonna run around accidentally disguising himself. Are you disguised? I don't know. I do not know, because I can't tell, because all I see is a bicycle. Pyro takes as he gets shot in the face. And his teammates are moving forward. He's just camping here. At any point in time, he could just look what's around the corner. And now he's being swarmed by teammates, and he's still disguised. And he's gonna hide in this... Yes! And yes? Okay, he's not disguised, but... At any point in time, he could walk here disguised, stab this, stab that guy, shoot these. He could whenever. He just could. Nothing really stopping him. So, okay, disguise. Okay, finally attack. Oh! Okay, he's on fire, using this bicycle, you know, using that. Falling back, retreating, and then shooting to regain some cloak while he waits for his bicycles to grow back. So keep in mind in Team Fortress 2, just in general, that the more time you spend waiting for stuff, the more likely there is for something to go wrong. Studies done by fucking everybody at any point in time witnessing this has experienced this. So the more you move around and actually do something and just poke and prod and just look around, the more you reduce the factor of something going terribly wrong. And then he just dies at the end of that. Not really doing anything, really. Like, at the start, he got a couple of classes. He got a few of them. And then he didn't do anything, and then he died. And he spent a lot of time doing that. So if you're going to die, try to spend the least amount of time on it, because the faster you die, the faster you will respawn. And here we have the famous using teleporter to glitch your teammates. And here we have a sniper with... Oh, look at this. Is that a nice angle or what? Yeah, so you're kind of stuck there. Of course, this demo man is 1 sticky, 2 sticky. Bam! Everybody dies except the sniper, because he's like, I don't really want to take any damage. I don't know, I'm just gonna stand here. Oh. And then he's gonna die shortly after. It's like, you know those athletes that use like enhancing, like performance enhancing drugs, and they kind of forget to be tired at the end of like a marathon? That was kind of like that. The sniper was on roids, and his friend exploded, and he was like, oh, guess I kind of forgot to die. Press suicide button. So here we have the next replay here. Going up. Going up, and going up. And I guess with the Christmas update, the spy kind of bugged with the replays. So that's why you see some spies running around with rocket launchers and flamethrowers and stuff like that. You know, don't fix what ain't broken, said Valve, and then updated TF2. And Goes is just really waiting for an opening here. And I think this is one of the replays where he actually gets something done. So right now he's waiting for a moment to strike here, and this is the moment to strike. There's a sentry up there. Haha, okay, he can't decloak here, so he has to be very sneaky, very careful on how he plays this. Alright, they haven't seen him. He's gonna decloak, keep in mind the sentry will see him, run in, zaps the sentry, zap, 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 and stab, yes, he got one guy. He got one guy, but actually, he did something, as opposed to nothing. So that is actually the most successful run we will see of Gozizon today. We only got a couple of more, and then we're gonna look at me, and then we're done. And then I will be telling you what really we'll be doing in the future. The next episodes. And some other news and some other stuff like that at the very end. So here we have Gozan. He is gonna be playing on CP Egypt, and he is actually gonna be doing more right this time. Yeah, he's currently undisguised, stabs a medic. Oh, excellent. Taking him out. Just running around. Just sitting around here, just waiting for people, because now he's on defense, and waiting when you're on defense is fine, because that's what you do anyway, more or less. So, He's just waiting for something to happen. People in the chat congratulating me on my on-air math, of course. 1/4% is always a good percent. Shut up, Chris. And as he goes on, he's just hanging around. And Heavy has been kicked in the balls. He goes on, it's just waiting and waiting. Waiting for the ideal moment to strike, and instead of dealing with, you know, moving around and using movement and locations and props and stuff to hide and be very sneaky and stuff, he's just gonna use Cloak and Dagger and not move. Oh. Yeah, get him! Yes! Got him! Cloaking. Retreating. He's got a couple kills so far. Oh, there's an Uber going in here. Okay, goes on to the rescue. Stab, 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 stab. Okay, eventually stabbing him. So this is a good place to wait as a spy, I guess, because there's a choke. The enemy team, you can't see what classes they are because the replays have messed up with the latest update. And the Heavy comes around, gets the stab, gets the job done. And we see that if you use luck, luck will also come back and kill you. So, like I said, the main... You can try this. You don't really need to submit replays, but you can just try this. If you enjoy playing Spy, you could try to force yourself not to disguise and kind of use your other abilities to do well. Mainly like your shooter, your gun, and your knife, and your positioning skills. And if you do really well as a spy without disguising, imagine how well you will do with disguises. That is something to think about. So, that is important to note. That is something you can try. It's always fun to try some restrictions once in a while. And if you're ever going to try to do this, try to be really aggressive and not just use the Cloak and Dagger and just wait. Because that kind of simulates the same notion as if you were disguising and waiting. So, you know, instead of standing still and being disguised, you stand still, cloaked, undisguised. You know. Doesn't really change that much. So let's take a look at what is going to happen here, what he uses. Because not disguising goes with your opponents not seeing you. And I also wanted to kind of get you to think about what the enemy players actually see and don't see, even when you're disguised or not. I mean, if you run up to somebody undisguised, and they never check their back, it doesn't matter if you're disguised or not. They will not see you because you're behind them. Kind of goes without saying, but you know, I just wanted to emphasize on that. And that was kind of the topic for the episode. Too bad we didn't really see that. I'm sure we could have seen some awesome replays if those, you know, super kill streak replays actually would have worked. But Valve was like, no, updates. So now we switched from the Spicicle to the regular knife. That is what I had in mind when you were going to use this. And the medic comes out. Ah, pistol, pistol, pistol. Oh, more pistol. Didn't really get anything done there. Still using Cloak and Dagger, sneaking around. Oh, see a soldier, you gotta decloak and get him, but you're being too passive and you let him run away, and now they captured. Alright. Dun 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 dun. Pop. Oh, okay, the medic, get the medic. Ah, that's an Uber drop, and life complete. Success and all that crap. We did something. So with this, we're going to show the last replay of Goes On. I think it's the last. Maybe it's not. Where I just say thank you to him for him and his efforts in this less than interesting matchup here. So he's going to be playing on Upward here. And here you have a lot of different stuff you can do. You can decloak stuff. And what you can try is just decloak behind people and just realize how many people never ever check their backs at any point in time ever. So here we go, with decloaking, and yep, there we go. Yep. Good, great, good. All right, this one is the last. Goes On. This is gonna be featuring me. All right. There goes On. He is the Floating Knife. That is his Malaysian spy name, Floating Knife. He's gonna run around here and he's gonna disguise. Oh, the enemy is attacking and pushing and shooting rockets and bombs and all that crap. And oh, a spy buddy just got taken. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? Let's take a look at that again, because, ladies and gentlemen, that is the awesome slam, launch, what the fuck, jump, stab. Perfected by Gozizan. You saw it here first. Yes, that is when you get launched by a projectile and you stab somebody when you do it. Dude, or a surf stab. I think that's the case. So we slow it down, and now we're gonna look at the knife without a person. And the soldier's like, gotta reload, shoot, boom, stab, yeah. The enemy's like, what do we have here? We have the knife. We got flying knife. It is the Gozizan, and that is gonna be the end of Gozizan. And now we're gonna look at me and how I did it. Let's see here if I can find those replays to show you that you don't have to wait to be successful at all. You can actually be very, very aggressive, even if they can't see you. You just have to attack them when they're busy. That is the prime idea, key thing to spy is go for stabs when the opponents are busy with something. You know, that is when you attack, usually. And loading is apparently something that is new. Good. Great. Have I shown you this already? Yes. Optimized game, finally. There we go, we're gonna play on Payload Race map. Might fall. I don't know. It's a map. And we are not gonna be disguising, but hey, we're gonna be cloaking. Okay, so, barely avoiding that pyro. You see, we keep moving, we don't stop. We're using the regular Invisi Watch, we can pick up that ammo. And here's the medic, out of position. Soldier doesn't check his back, that guy doesn't check his back either, so that is 3 kills. And here's the thing, only cloak when you have to. Because if nobody is around to see you, then you don't have to cloak. So we just decloak here to, you know, preserve our cloak to keep our stuff up. And then we're just gonna hide in this corner. And then when it comes and we do this back corner thing stab, we didn't shoot the pyro, because if we shot the pyro, he would have seen us. And if he saw us, he would have burned us and killed us most likely. So here we go, running around here and getting the face stab, because the day isn't complete without one of those. And then we take a pistol and we kill people. And whenever he goes to a face stab, whenever I get a face stab, I'm like, I'm sorry. But whenever someone else gets a face stab, you know, competitively or something, they're like, no, I was not face stab. It was a corner under over Matador quick snap 360 backflip stab. Like, the more obvious it is, the more complicated it is. It's like, you stabbed me in the face, and it registers as a backstab. No. I did a strafe twitch turnaround, which then led your client to believe that I was elsewhere, and then I stabbed you. Maggots. That's right, soldier. Could not escape your predictable skills in rockets. So this is the main thing I hope to see. And you're only going to be seeing me doing this once in a replay, because some other replays got corrupted. Like, I had a really good replay where I stood completely still in a corner. I did not move. I was not disguised. Somebody came running in. 2 guys. Sniper and a pyro, I think. And they looked at me, and then they looked away. They're like T-Rexes. They don't see you if you don't move. And that is something that goes for all classes. If you stand in a spot where players normally don't stand, and you don't move, and as soon as people walk in the area, and if you don't shoot them immediately or move, chances are, if they're occupied or trying to run away from something, they won't see you. Even though they see you. But their mind is just so focused on registering movement, so they're looking around a lot. So if you don't move, they won't really see you, even though they should. But hey, it works. So what I wanted to see a lot more is to use jump and height differentials to make up for having no disguise. Because something that is really, really strong as a spy... Hey, it's Eckstein. Okay. What is really, really good is to use height. as something instead of being disguised. Because a lot of spies will stand on the high ground, and as long as you go below them, you jump and you stab. Because you won't see that, you know, people don't usually... I better check my back and look up to see if any of those damned spies will swoop down at any time. That is something to keep in mind when you play spy and play against spies. Be wary of chokes with places where they can get the drop on you, because that's usually where they're going to stand. So keep in mind we are not disguised. We are currently an invisible knife and some UFO thing. Okay, good. So we're just going to be disguising around here. Oh, heavy with the Yulong heater. Want to stay around from that one. Oh, we have a medic with the vaccinator stabbing him. His heavy is apparently deaf, and we stab him as well. And we cloak, and they can't see us, so that's fine. There's some snipers here. That sniper. Decloak. You know, if you hear that decloak sound, you better unscope and check your back, but I guess that guy did not. He did not check his back. He did not. And here's the height advantage. You do the jump. Cowabunga, dude. Stab the heavy. Face stab the soldier, and then like people go like, no, not face stab. No, that was the uphill hip stab that happens when you are lower than somebody and you stab their hip in the front, but you know how it is. And still, we're just, you know, disguised as nothing. They don't check their backs ever, but hey, we're not disguised. So snipers that are over here, they can see you. That guy's like, well, I don't want to get stabbed, so I guess I'll stand and spawn with one of these. So with that, we are gonna go on to the final replay of today's episode before we go into the winter raffle, where I will be giving away stuff for the winter. So we are on Upward here as a spy. Yes! And we're going to be cloaking, and we're going to be utilizing height and cunning strats to win. And jump! Stab! Yes! Stabbing him and doing the shoe stab. That is fine. We were behind them at both times, so things are looking good for us. Yes, good. And there's the medic. Oh, just... Alright, he deserved to die. He deserved to die. Okay. Okay. And then we got Leia. Let's do that to that guy. And that guy's like turning around. Oh no, my only counter to the spy. And then I got stuck in a wall and then I died. Okay. Okay. So, we just saw two different kinds of players. We have the player that you can literally disguise in front of and he doesn't see you. Okay, so let's take a look at this again. With some fancy rafts here. Here we have the medic with the vaccinator. Can't see us, so let's go to his perspective. That's him. And I'm going to be quiet and turn the game volume up. And this is what he hears. If you ever hear that sound, turn around. Yes, so that is going to conclude today's episode of No Disguise Spy. Totally did not go anywhere near the direction I thought it would in the terms of replay submissions. Also, Valve messed something up with the update, shockingly enough. So, in case you don't know, I have a Steam group where I post all of announcements and all that stuff. So I have scheduled all the different new weapons, the 3 new weapons that came in the winter update that just happened, and we are going to be covering those the next 3 weeks, because the way the show is structured right now is that we have public something topic, maybe fun topic, something like that, on Tuesdays, and then we have competitive stuff on Thursdays, is how the scheduling works right now. So as for, if you go to the stream page or HiGPS group, the stream page has a link to the Steam group that has the scheduling, and you can see that we have upcoming events. If you take a look, the next one is going to be, let's see here. So first thing we're going to cover, episode 113, is going to be the loose cannon. So the new demo man weapon is the first one we're going to be covering, and then after that it's the Vaccinator, and after that it's the Rescue Ranger. And the reason I am not rushing to get these videos out is that I don't want to post a video where I say I don't know really how this works for 7 minutes. You know, I want to show you major strengths and weaknesses of each of the weapons so you get a better idea on how they work is usually what I do. And I'm pacing myself because these weapons are going to be around for a long time, and you don't need to rush out the door and be the first one and be like, oh, this weapon, it shoots bombs and it pushes people back. Grr. It's like, yes, that's what the description says. So with that, you can, and that's why I want to pace this, so I can give you guys a long time to trade and craft and try those weapons in a lot of different scenarios, and then we can figure out if it's good or not. Because you can, a lot of players are like, yeah, I used it in one game and it was like really bad, so it sucks. You gotta give it time. Try it a lot in different situations with different combinations. You know, who knows? Maybe it's really broken in Imba. So with that, I say thank you and Merry Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, that sucks for you, because that's the only greeting you get.